Okay. The book of Kadam, uh, chapter 12, right? Called How to Host Your. Okay, anyhow, this is a little bit different. I can say good morning. Um, how to liberate from samsara. That's the I like to translate this line. And then again, the root text is abandon attachment to all things and abide face to desire. Attachment fails to bring even the highest ram. In fact, it killed the life of the true liberations. So um, it has a quite long, like a chapter, and many what called many topics included here, so which I mentioned last time. So we skip the beginning parts regarding the commentary of this textbook, the root text. So commentary, we began from the actual practice, which is the dual-link dependent origination, right? So the within dual-link dependent origination, we quite recover about ignorance. Ignorance is the beginning. So, and then again, remind you that the ignorant has a two type, which is lack of knowledge or misunderstand. Within these two, misunderstand is more danger than lack of knowledge. Who do not know is they will not act that much. They will not do that much um, what called mysterious within life and community, right? But the misunderstand will lead a lot of suffering to self and others. So here the ignorance at the very beginning part of the dwelling dependent origination or root of all the suffering and other 11 dependent originations, right? That ignorance is the misunderstand. And that misunderstand, which last time we described, is a self-ego. The self-ego is misunderstand. So in general, every negative emotions are kind of like a misunderstand. Those are the consciousness, those are misunderstand. Attachment, aversions, whatever, right? Same the ignorance we are regarding the self-ego is also not knowing object clearly or knowing everything mistakenly. That's self-ego, right? Um, yeah. So therefore, say the self-ego that leads the all others reflection, such as aversion and attachment, that lead us the action, and then all the experiences come, right? So therefore, the two ways. One is we more toward to suffering, and another is we more toward to the happiness. The which way is more toward suffering is ignorance lead us the all these uh, manifested the mental afflictions. They change all our thought and motivations. Then which is lead by any actions, verbally or physical actions, which is lead by the that mental afflictions or like negative emotions, the thought that will bring you more suffering, right? And the other hand, instead of ignorance, the great wisdom or right view will lead you will let help you to manifest the positive thoughts. That leads the motivation and everything's in the right thought. Then that brings us the good happiness, the suffering there too, right? So challenging here, the root is ignorance, and then here the root is right view. So if you want to challenge ignorance or eliminate or reduce, then right view that we need to develop or practice, right through by practice. So therefore, right now it's talking about the process that how ignorance lead us suffering. Then in that part, ignorance is be done. Now, which ignorance lead it anger and attachment and all other mental afflictions. Now we're talking here the anger, hatred actually, right? So the hatred is more deeper than anger. So anger is not that danger, but hatred is more danger. But because every other next thoughts, next actions are actually led by hatred, right? The anger is like I say when we have a pour the gasoline, it's burned huge, and then it's like a immediately extinguish, right? That's the gasoline does. But the hatred is like a burn, very heat on the like a the we put the wood long time. That heats it hatred. So it will be long lasting there, and then it will continuously brings you all these other negative thoughts, such as resentment, harsh word, all those actions comes from by it, that hatred, right? So therefore, some people get angry very fast and then gone very fast, which is good, right? It's not turn into the hatred. But when it's turned into the hatred, then it's still remaining. That's very dangerous. So, and then we can leave it think how ignorance, self-ego lead it to that hatred and attachment and some other negative emotions, right? So that's a most of the time we have anger because misunderstand or not knowing it, right? Good morning. So if we knows something clearly, we will not have anger, right? That's the same as like a attachment. Attachments arises or manifests because either we not clearly understand or we mistakenly sees these things are mistakenly. So that part is a little bit difficult to understand than anger, right? Anger easy to understand. Yes, is led by either which is I don't know or misunderstand. That could be right. So even you said, okay, I know clearly what thing's going on. Therefore, I get mad. So that clearly we have to review on it again. How much is clear you knows? Still, you think it's right. It's not necessarily right. Still, you think overly than actual happening. That are misunderstand. If you think over than actual happening, it's misunderstanding, right? Or not knowing it. Okay, Lil, what do you think? The anger and like attachments. What I'm saying here. Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, I just didn't understand the last thing that you said. Are you saying when we don't understand and we overthink?
If we overthink, it's part of misunderstand.
Overthinking is part of misunderstanding.
Uh-huh.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, rethink it again. Make sure rethink it. Yeah.
Well, what you said, like thinking about that. Even if you think you clearly know about something that makes you angry, it made me think like maybe you really know that this person really did something to harm you. Like that was an actual fact, but you think that that's a reason to get angry. And then from what I've learned since practicing, it's actually they're being led by their ignorance, by their, by their poisonous mind state. So it's like, really, they're not really doing it to you, and it's not them doing it. You think it's very personal.
Yeah.
Like it's like they're doing this specifically to hurt you, when, the teachings say that they're actually being led by that. They're not even in a choice anymore. They're reacting based on karma and their delusions. And it's like, so, but it might seem really clear, especially before you think about it. And then you think about it more, and it seems, well, yeah, they really are trying to hurt me. But then if you continue to think about it, I suppose, like, and actually do something and ask somebody or read a book instead of just going over it in your own head, it probably becomes more clear.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I have a problem with anger sometimes. I'm just gonna be honest. And I think sometimes that when I quote unquote think on it, it's actually a negative thing because it perpetuates the anger. So what I had to learn to do is to stop thinking about it completely and try to go in a different direction. Because like if I keep like going on the same subject, I tend to just keep building more delusions. No offense to myself.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that additionally, of course, that obviously we don't have to be honest. Obviously, we all have anger. There are no question. Again, if you say don't, then lie. So we do have this is part of our love or life, or like a part of nature. So better good to know it that I do have anger, and then accepted it. I have anger. There's no question. We all have it. So additionally, what I'm saying here is, if you like overly thinking, it's part of the we'll call it ignorance, right? What this means, like example, someone said some kind of bad thing to you, then one time bad things, you're thinking 100 times. This is overthink. It is misunderstand. It's not 100 times. So then you have a lot of additionally that there might harms to me, there might cause me a lot of problem entire my life, all this additional. These are overly thinking. This is part of the misunderstanding and ignorance, right? So that ignorance lead us all this hatred and attachment same way. So therefore, even as I said earlier, even we think I am right, therefore I have anger because I see it clearly, but still no trust. Even you see it clearly, it's good to rethink it, reconfirm it, because no trust, because our ignorance is that thick, really not sees. When we listening to other, we not really hear clearly or exactly what should hear it. So there are a lot of going on in our mind with the additional by on, the listening, seeing, everything. Whatever they're additionally, those are the extra part. If you have any time edit on actual what happened, so those are again a part of ignorance, misunderstand. And this
like
obsessing, yes. This is the happening in our life. We always edit. See something beautiful outside, we edit more than it. Actual reality, right? And then someone said it bad things, we are always edit more than it. So therefore, always it's with us. The ignorance is with us, right? So otherwise, if you real staying in the moment, exactly seeing what it is actually and exactly hearing what they said it exactly, it will not cause you that much have that negative emotion, right? Because we having it, anger and attachment, because we do have it additionally. I'm talking the part of even we thinking right. I right see it, I right think it, because additionally it's not really makes you right to think and right to see it. Because the addition is always there, right? And of
Thank-
course,
Thank you very much. I just want to say thank you very much. I appreciate the additional explanation. Thank you.
okay. So even of course, then the actual things we don't know or we have a misunderstand that will lead us a lot of negative emotion. There's no question. But more difficult to understand that we see is we think it's right because I see it, I hear it. That part I'm emphasizingly saying still it's misunderstanding. It's the ignorance because it's it's a mix with your attention, right? So then you can test, not add anything when you see something exactly, just see it, that's it, right? Not describe so many things, which is more than actual reality, right? So we describe, like say, a beautiful flower, then we describe more than it is. Because all this your emotion. So that your emotion let describe everything. Then you are describing overly, right? That's let you think overly. That's turn into the ignorance, which is misunderstand. Okay, so that's the how leads anger and attachment. On the other hand, say how the ignorance, self-egos to lead having that those another negative emotion. There's a self-ego always associate with the self-centeredness, right? Self-ego that once you feel that I want to protect myself, then anger comes, right? And self-ego that you feel that I need to get it something that what I needed, then desires comes because of self-ego. If you have a less self-ego, the less desire, less aversion, or less hatred, and so on. If you have a strong self-ego, then all the other affliction will be more stronger. So this is how like it how lead suffering in our life, how bringing suffering in our life, right? So because of that our we can say 100% now. This time 100% our minds associate with ignorance, 100%, right? And then don't think ignorance is not just lack of education. There are another ignorance which I saying misunderstand. Okay, so therefore I'm saying our mind, our thought is 100% associating with ignorance. Therefore, you see half clear, but other 50 is not clear because it's associated with ignorance. That's we should know. Okay, what your thought on it? Yeah.
I think generally the anger and the attachment is just kind of like a lot of times you're trying to control the external world that you can't control, and you're trying to figure out how to get what you want. And as soon as I have something where it's anger, I just immediately, well, now I'm trying to just kind of write that off as basically an attachment to that person trying to control the outside world.
Yeah, that's happening. And then another part I'm saying here is our mind is 100% associating with the ignorance. What do you think on it? Or you have a doubt, or you're not clear, or you cannot accept it?
I think in my past, I'm so sure I know something. I'm so sure.
Yeah.
Only to find out later, I don't think I didn't know as much as I thought I did.
That's what happening. Yeah, that's true.
Right. So when I'm defending my view from a place of I know this, but in reality I don't. I don't. So that brings anger.
This is part of also like the additional ignorance, right? So I can say that additional ignorance, which is the misunderstand. So that's a lot of happening with us. So, and then takes your time. I'm repeating one more time. our mind and thoughts are associating with the ignorance 100%. So that takes your time to think on it, find it out, right? And sometimes you feel, oh no, that kind of thoughts, that kind of mind, or that moment mind, it is not associating with the ignorance. Let me know.
Yeah.
Right? So then we can further discussion. So this is good to learn actually. So to find it out from your own way, and then you can separate everything. You know, that once you separate or divide it, what is actual or not actual, that will be the bringing more happiness in our life. So okay, that's keep in mind what it says, and then don't think ignorance is only that lack of knowing, right? The other part, misunderstand, is ignorance that I'm repeatedly saying here. So okay, that lead us all this negative emotion. Negative emotions change our thoughts as negative. And then that lead whatever actions lead it from that negative thoughts. And then it's always having the suffering, the experience, right? Okay. So now target part of the hatred. I'm reading here. The hateful are like a snake. Okay. Okay, I found it. The hatefuls are like a venomous snake, unable to endure pain. They devour medicine with their tongue. And two others, they recklessly, right? Thrust. Oh, it's okay. Thrust their venomous tongues. They seek to rob others of their life. So that's hatred's giving example is a snake, poisonous snake, right? And then what that the hatreds that lead us the actions continues talking here to others the reckless to the thirst their venomous tongues. They seek to rob others of their lives. The great mayor of aversions is just like this. Okay, how it's like this? Okay, it continues talking here. The root of all of this is self-centered desire. It means self-centered, right? So the self-centered is one of the root. But if you do not have a self-ego, self-centered will be not there. Because self-centered arises from self-ego, but the root of root is the self-ego, right? So that, as well as the habit, then self-centered comes. And when self-centered comes, then all the others, the wrong thoughts, mysteries comes, right? Therefore saying self-centered is the root. It's not the root of root, but the root, yeah. Those sink in desire, mere in the desire realms. The sink means we are sink. This is the desire realm where we are. This earth is a desire realm that we call, right? And then it's sink with the desire means we too much attach and think that with the pleasure with the five object, the form, five object, form, sound, smell, taste. See, this five object is which way we change our life, right? So you see the ugly form, you might get anger. You see the beautiful form, you might get desire. Same way the taste. The bad taste, you get anger. Good taste you might desire. This is how we are our lives playing with these 5 desirable objects, right? So
Same.
sinking means we are sinking in suffering.
Thank you.
Yeah. So therefore, giving example like 5 different animals in one of the Vasubandhu texts, we are like how elephants like we like to form as like elephants like to the water. It's hard time elephants like the much water, and then they like it, and then after that they sink there in the mud. They cannot come out. So, and then also, this is kind of like a contact or touchable. So the part of the form, sorry, I'll give a wrong example. The form is like we are desired to form, we are attached to form as like a butterfly attached to the flame, right? So the light and flame, and they like it, they comes and they takes their life, right? Because of the flame that burns. Same our attachment, to how love to the form that takes our all entire energies and everything, so that brings us more suffering because of desire to form. Same as like a butterfly.
And that's literally like, because we want form, we're subject to death, right? That goes back into like, it's
Yeah.
because we desire a form in the first place that we
Yeah.
get born in a form, and then that means we're
That
subject to death, like literally, so.
That
Yeah.
produces a negative point.
Same, that butterfly do not know the how flame is danger. Only they sees the beautiful part from far. When they touch it, they do not know how it is danger for them. And then also the butterfly, I think that's the beautiful is remaining forever, right? As we think form, attractive form, beautiful, handsome, is remaining forever. Actually, it's not. Always change, right? So therefore, shouldn't have an ego on not have a desire to others, the attractive form, shouldn't have an ego on our attractive own form. It's change. We clearly see that. That's or sometimes lead us the problem. As I was young, I'm attractive. Everyone respect to me. Everyone's close to me. Everyone chasing after me because I'm handsome and beautiful. And now you are like aging, right? Then still you have this kind of thought. Everyone should chase me. Everyone should respect me because I'm attractive. You are not. You are changed now, right? We should realize that you are not. We change it. So therefore, it's good to know it and accept it. Then based on that, your reaction and everything will change it. Your reaction will change it. Your thought will change it because you see it change what you are changed, what you have an ego. That part is changed that you see. That you will not have an ego on it. You will not have a pride on it because it's changed. So once you don't have a change, all this change. It could be changed to negative depression, right? It couldn't be changed to negative anger. That's the bad way to change it. But if you know exactly the natural life and accepting it, that will lead you change better. Yeah, the agings, the wrinkling in my face, and my teeth are getting weakness, and then my eyes comes like my eyes, what called the skins that come lowers and that's kind of things. It's not
Sagging.
fresh.
Sagging.
Sorry.
Sagging.
Oh, sagging. Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. So my eyes is sagging, and then the face here, all this what goes sagging. Same, we can say, yeah. Yeah. Actually, good to know it because we cannot escape from this kind of things. It's part of nature, right? Better know it, accept it, makes you happy. But if you do not accept it, that ignorance. that not makes you happy. So anyhow, that part, how we attach to the other forms, how we attach on our own forms, that's the how change our thoughts, right? So same like butterfly. It takes all this life is ruined, and then lives it could be takes our life as like a butterfly, or it's ruined. It's more brings the suffering in our life, right? And then similarly, the test, so we too much desire and attach to the delicious food, the tested example, right? And then seeking it again, it's not happening always, but it brings you more suffering. Giving example here, the fish like to the germs, which is in a hook. The grams or germs? Worms or worms, yeah. Worms in which is in the hooks, right? So, and fish like to eat it, then that takes their life. This is a giving example. So, and then same, we like to too much pleasure sound, right? So it's like there's some snack or some animal which is like to this beautiful sound, then that's how they take their life, right? So I do not you see it or not, in India they have a lot of this fluing and then snakes catching up and they put in, oh yeah, because snake like this sound, and now they are in a cage, right? And then sometimes we say deers like the beautiful sounds, then hunter use that beautiful sounds, and then waiting for deers come to getting close to that sound because they know the desire, right? And then when the close come, they kill it. So same that in generally the sound, the beautiful sound, either like a song or complimentary or praise, whatever, which you have a pleasure on it, is actually ruining our life, right? So then how? Isn't that pleasure? How it can ruin it? Next moment. At the moment, your pleasure, yes. Same time, either desires increases or egos increases. Like too much complimentary to you, pressing to you pride, right? So increasing your own pride. That's the next step, bringing suffering. And then like you like the beautiful song that also at the moment it's feel pleasuring, but it's increasing your desire, right? And then takes entire life to listening song. Don't want to read the book because I'm listening song. Don't want to meditate because I desire to listening song. And then going to party, sing a song, and everything's this. Your life almost Spain for like a listening song, either like a on a perform or directly or indirectly. That's how we spend our time, and then actually we get nothing, right? That is how we pray. That change our life, and then that song, if you listening 100 times, maybe still might have a desire, but most of the time, no desire then, if you listen 100 times, right? Which you too much think has a great essence. You are value that has a great essence, but now after 100 times listening, there no value, right? Then what are you going to do? Next song, then next song, then next song. Every songs, there are no essence, no value. If there are value for one song will be enough for you to bring pleasure, but why not? Same test, food, everything's change here and there. So actually there are no exactly object there, which things can bring us happiness forever, right? Because of our desire and aversion and a negative emotion, change those things. Boring, or now don't like it, which you very much like before. This is how we change. Same way, then change everything. So that's how we sink in samsara, in suffering, with desire or having anger to those 5 objects. That's the saying here, right? Those things and desire mirror in the desire realm. The snake-like ignorance are also outcast. Okay, yeah. So here, snake-like ignorance. Above there's a snake-like anger, but no conflict, right? So most of the time, snakes giving example into the anger. And then the snake-like ignorance are also outcast, unable to bear the slightest pain themselves or ourselves, right? So when anger is manifested, or like you are can be patient with the like a very small painful, right? We can be patient with a small, like a very simple criticism. So those we cannot be patient with it. This is how the anger comes, right? Pain themselves. They strike continuously at others' weakness. But this is how we are actually. We happily criticize to other, right? And openly doing it, happily doing it. But you cannot bear even very simple criticism from other to you. Why?
Ego.
Yeah, this is ignorance, right? Ignorance. It's, well, I can't say it's natural of our life, but it's innately there. This is how we set it up. Yeah, this is how we set it up. It's coming that way, right? So because of we are dealing with the ignorance and desire and attachment and so other things, right? This is how we become like that. So don't say anything about me, but I'm 100% right to say thing to you. This is how we become, right? So it's not honest actually, right? And then actually it's not happening. You cannot stop the people's mouth. Impossible. Impossible. That's impossible, right? So better not try with that. Try change your ego and change your emotions as those things. Then even people say it, not affect you. Right now it's affect you because of our ignorance, our anger, our like attachment things, not how people say it. Right? Not the people's. Those are just condition. It's not the actual substantial cause that we're having suffering. We're feeling anger, right? It's not the substantial cause of that. So there's a condition that could be that brings your anger. But if sometimes we can give as like an example, the burn seed, right? The burn seed never gives the result, whatever conditions there, soil is there, ground is there, water is there, sunlight is there, every condition is there. But seed itself is burned, not gives any result. Sometimes we can take this example for us here. Those are conditions who criticize to you, who looking bad to you, or like who is like taking your job, who always harms to your life. Those are conditions. But as your anger is burned, as your attachment is burned, those conditions nothing to do it, not have any suffering in through by anger and aversions, right? So main is not that condition. Main is substantial cause. What we hold it in our mind. That's general. You all might know. That's I'm repeating here. So Isn't that difficult? That's even we know that now, right? Even we know that. But life is still same. Why is that, right? Even we know, but life is still same. Why is that?
Just one thought was that, sometimes when you get angry about something and then you start formulating some sort of solution, sometimes those solutions work.
Uh-huh.
So, but it wasn't something, but it's based in, I guess, it's based in ignorance, but sometimes in terms of getting something that you want,
Uh-huh.
when you have that anger, sometimes it kind of gives you the energy to come up with some kind of solution.
Yeah.
Some problem. But it's not necessarily rooted in the right place, but that kind of gives you reinforcement to behave that way.
Yeah, that's the under the ignorance, of course, we will behave that way. Now, even we have a wisdom now. Even we have a wisdom that we know, okay, this is the solution. So, but still, nothing changed at all. So, but it's not the part of the solution, not a part of the antidote, not the part of the right path which we knows. Something missing there. Still life is same, right? Applying, that's the missing it. That's we all missing. And then this is the difficult. This is the challengeable, right? So the apply and practicing is challenge and difficult. Therefore, our laziness, I will do it tomorrow, or I will do it next time. And then when the suffering comes, or I'm too late, right? Then suffering goes, you forget it. So I don't need to practice now because suffering is gone. When suffering comes, too late. And when is the actual time to do practice, right? So this is our laziness, again associated with ignorance, right? So therefore,
Health is so much easier for people because they can see it, it affects them immediately. But I think the mind is different where they don't see it immediately.
They cannot see the mind, but they understand the idea.
You know what I mean?
So that's the whole idea we are saying. The solutions are idea. And that's exactly saying, this is the cause. What is the minds comes, arises? Negative minds arises because of this cause. All the suffering arises because of this cause. And this is the solution to reduce those causes. Every detail is that we know, right? So, and then again, what is we missing the practice, and which is found is difficult, right? So actually we're missing the practice to apply.
To do it.
What I've noticed too is that we might practice, but on certain things, in meditation that are very hard and take a long time to get, we practice to get, and we get to a certain point. But to really be able to analyze it and develop like calm abiding so that you can realize emptiness, and like it takes a long time and you got to keep doing it. And it's like, at first there's very little progress. Like it's just, you're just doing it and just hoping that, believing that it's going to happen down the line. But
yeah, this is the one problem, the expectations to solve at the moment.
Yes.
That's not happening. And another thing's taking long time. We should know what I noticed. There are few actually why it's taking long time, right? It's not that the path is difficult always. Taking long time because you not do properly. You do your own way. You not follow the instruction, right?
Yeah.
So then it might take long time, right? Yeah. So this is one thing's happening, and then sometime like a part of emptiness. It's a path is difficult to understand. That might take long time. It might take more time to study more. That's possible. But beside that, I can measuring the few hours difficult to understand that path might be take long time to apply to practice. But the 90% of our solution, which is talks by Buddhist and mind training, It's not that difficult to understand as an emptiness, as a karma, right? So before we are not following the proper way to do it. That's the takes long time. I see someone like say, 10 years I'm meditating on shamatha.
And what? On peace?
Emptiness.
A single pointed
Or
concentration. Shamatha is what calls calm abiding.
Okay.
Calm abiding, single pointedness meditations. So actually give the measuring to achieve those mind is 6 months. 6 months. So that 6 months required with all this the properly doing things or whatever instructed. If we exactly follow it 6 months. But the 11 years, but still not get that, then we should think I'm missing something.
Is that 6 months, but that's after however long it takes you to work on abandoning negative karma and right view and all the rest, like, or is that from when you first start learning about all of it, 6 months? Or it's like, purify first, a lot of purification, a lot of, working out the beginning parts, and then you can actually meditate effectively.
You mean the prerequisites are
Prerequisites to being able to, meditate on that, like you have to.
It's included it, yeah. It's included included there. So then the time really need to be dedicated for this entire time. Even almost you feel that you shouldn't have a time for cook. That kind of need to dedicate for the 6 months. But that's the one things. But I'm saying 11 years or 12 years continuously meditating every day on that concentration, but still your concentration is weak, right? Someone not that much open eyes. That means you nothing get it. You nothing get it. If you become a good concentration, that knock will not disturb you. Unless like a big noisy comes, that makes you wake up. Small notes, knock, right? A small noise, they will not disturb you at all if you have a better concentration. But it happening because that means you are still zero after 12 years, after 13 years. You are still zero because that knocks disturbed you, right? So therefore, now what missing is I not follow properly. Yeah, I know this solution, but doing I'm on my way. So, and then how much you are relying on your own way instead of you following who have experiences, right? We do not have any experiences, but still I want to do my own way. I don't want to follow you that who have experience who instructed to us. That's the wrong things. Yeah.
But Geshe, then there's the other way where it's dullness and languor.
What's that?
You can get confused though and think you're in calm abiding, but it could be dullness and languor sometimes for some people.
This is the actual obstacle.
Right?
This is not the. So once you do properly, and dullness and languor will be reduced. If you do properly, these are not the problem. This is main obstacle. This is how we challenge, right? So if you follow exactly, that's we have to reduce. We are not reduce those, therefore we not have exactly concentration.
Like some people sometimes mistake emptiness for like that sleepy feeling of bliss. Do you know what I mean? And that's not the same.
Emptiness feeling of bliss.
They'll call it like bliss, but they're
I see.
technically in dullness and languor.
Yeah, okay, it could be, yeah. So that is how we saying, right? And cannot take any simple a slight criticism from other, but we say so many things to others. So here, therefore, saying, unable to bear the slight pain themselves, they strike continuously at others' weaknesses. And had their power, they would kill. Definitely, right? So they rob others, bind them, and beat them. In this way, This is how happening, right? The children are easily having anger to parents. Why? They not have anger easily to others, the stranger. They will not have it. But why?
Because they trust their parents not to hurt them sometimes.
That's the one things they get. They think they're more powerful. The parents are more powerless. You know, let's see, when some children's talks, we get angry and immediately yell it. Some big guys talks, then you avoid it instead of like yelling back, right? Because some are saying my anger is natural, it comes, I don't have a control. But we do have a control. When someone you see the very loved one, you do have a control at the moment, anger. Or you see the big guys who you cannot challenge, you do have an anger at that moment. That means it's not your nature. You just show up showing that who you see more power, who you have more powerful than others. You only shows anger to them, right? Easily, because you think I can defeat them, I can like fight for them, I can do anything for them. Then you shows anger. So that's the one thing. And that one example I'm constantly repeating here, the natural disaster. That's what we said it? Yeah, we not have that much anger for natural disaster, but it destroy more than human being destroyed. But we not anger at all on it, or even have anger, very, very simple, small. But if one human being or someone does that, or who is less power than you, that your anger will that much burn, right? Everything we do have a control. But we think I'm more powerful than that guy, you express everything because you know fear to do that. Once you have fear to do that, you do control your anger. Therefore, it's not natural. It's not natural. We are lying, saying it's natural. So, because we do have a control, right? Sometimes we do control, we cannot defeat them. Yeah. Sometimes we say they are powerless, we do that, but powerful, we do not do that.
Sometimes growing up, like society teaches you, well, some people are just angry people, and like
Yeah.
it's accepted a lot of times that like, oh, you know, well, she's just a guy that gets angry really easily, and that's just normal for him. And then you hear that a lot. Like, I mean, I did.
This is the normal that we think it, yeah.
But it's like, you know, nobody obviously taught them that you don't have to be angry, that there's better ways. So
that's the I see, right? Even like usually they're naturally they will be really angry person that we said it, because many times they have anger. For example, who they fell love someone there, and who you really don't want to lose. At that moment, that guy do have a lot of control on anger. It's funny. Yeah, even they cannot control for others like bad things, but that time they do control their own anger because they don't want to lose it, right? And then I know my anger might be losing, therefore I better not show it. This is the most who I love it. This is the most people who I want to stay with it or hold it, and never ever, or try not show anger as you are saying your nature is angry person, right? At the moment you do have a control. That clearly sees we do have a control, even like we describe it's angry person, right? So as we know that if we do have a control, why not you should control for everyone? Why you only control for who you love, right? This is how we know it then. Okay. Yeah, that is going to say the role of others, ban them and beat them in this way. Who you know who we think less power than us. In this way, that what's called desecrate the entire world. If they like power, or if they lack power, They burn inside with anger, with what deceit as their method. They sow dissent, like a poison or a thief. They destroy others. Oh, yeah, it's really telling us what is our nature here. Okay. So, and then I'm going to move, let me read a little bit fast all those things instead of like explaining one by one, because not that difficult to understand these things. Oh, okay.
Right there.
Yeah. So furthermore, even as these delusions, pig is being slimed, the ignorance means pig. Delusion pig. We usually giving pig example for ignorance. Yeah. So some are saying pig is smartest. Elephant is smartest. Donkey is smartest. Some point, some way, but general we see. So it definitely remain confused about their owners, its owners. Okay. Okay, it's definitely remain confused about its owner without seeking to escape in whatever way it can. It hurtedly consume the permanent, right? Permanent grain of deception. Okay. Do you understand? It definitely remain confused about its owner. Okay. What saying is like while pig is alive, you know, they feed lot, right? They feed lot. What is the aim to feeding lot? Yeah, to meat, right? The big and but the pig do not know that.
Yeah.
The pig thinks that's my owner.
Yeah.
Always love to me, always cherish to me, giving me food, makes me easy, like a happy. But pig do not know the idea or aim of the owners, right? This is how saying it. Sometimes we say pakwa dungsu gyaba sanglongo in Tibetan, and then Dhargey Geshe chebang. One thing's already said, the pigs always feel honor with his owners, think because it makes them always happy. But the horse has some kind of wound in there some way, and then the owners comes and clean it and putting at that moment they feel suffering, this pain when they clean it and putting some ornaments or like what's called or like an ornament or medicine, they feel suffering. They think my owner is so bad, it's torturing me, because they do not know exactly. And how come we are less than pig and horse? do you know that the different way to act by our ignorance? This is the example how our ignorance not see exactly who is doing good to me, who's doing bad to me, not know. Then how we accept is good for me, always compliment to you, always like listening whatever you said, whether it's bad or good. Try not to stop at all. Let you do whatever you do. It's supported. We think this is my best friend. But someone comes to try to stop it, your wish, and then something you want to do, try to stop or try to change. Those things are we think the persons are our enemy, because it's not supporting my aim. It's not supporting to my feeling, right? It's not supporting to my wish, because that person is useless. But really useless, we have to rethink, right? It's harms in the moment, try to stop you do something, or not wish fulfill you, whatever you wish it. but in the future, you might getting better a lot, right? So this is how we accept it. It's not really different than horse and pig, right? We not know actually who is helping us and who is like torturing us. But at the moment actions, this is how we describe. The moment actions feel torturing, that we think, oh, that person is bad. At the moment actions feel good, that person is good. But not thinking at the next step, it brings us like it's ruining my life or it's making me better. We never think that, right? Therefore, the parents are the worst enemy, teachers are the worst enemy, good friends are the actually worst enemy. That's how it become, because it's not wishful for me. And then think, what is our wish? As our thought is, as I said, 100% associated with ignorance, and most of the time associated with negative emotion, our thoughts. And the wish, your wish comes from it, the mind, which is completely binded by negative emotion. And that's from, your wish comes from there. And it's good or bad, we have to rethink. Right? My wishes comes from with the ignorance. My wishes comes with the anger. My wishes comes with the desire. That which is helpful wish or not helpful. That we have to think. If we carefully think that, then we will know who is really saying good or who is really saying bad to me. Right? So otherwise, whoever close to you, your best friend, always turn into the more negative, more bad, because keep trying to help you actual way, right? So but the people who just temporarily meeting with you, they will not say anything bad about you, because temporarily meeting always say good things, that you want to meet again that person, because pleasure words comes, right? Meeting again because of expecting to have pleasure words, and then slowly become a friend, that being turned into the same who said bad to you. So that's things that this is how our life. Therefore, always takes our time to rethink someone. You feel that, okay, they're saying bad to me, I really am right. Or something that's saying good to me, really I'm on the right things. We read things and find it out exactly, instead of just living constantly fluting. It's not healthy, right? So thinking part is at the way beginning is really takes your energy, is difficult, right? Thinking, but once you become your habits, once become turn into your nature, there are no problem to thinking. Always you can take a time for think. This is the, everything's there, not or nothing there, you cannot make it easy. Every action, every phenomena, everything, there's nothing there you cannot make easy. But once you turn our easy things, then no effort. We don't need the effort to do that, because it's turned to the easy, right? So therefore, that's good to know. There's nothing there is not becoming easy for me, right? So look at the circus. People are walk on this very tiny string. Not easy for them at the beginning. Right now is easy, right? They goes very fast. We can do it, but we are able to do that. If they can do it, we can do it. But we don't want to do that. That's the different things, right? So otherwise, we are able to do that. Same human. If they can do it, I can do it. That's how becoming easy things for us, right? So everything, therefore, if you see it's very much necessary in our life to need it or to practice, try to make it easy, or try to make it, so making easily comes through by familiarizations. So familiarizations makes you do again and again. That's how it turn into the easy, right? So it's all practice. And then its familiarizations is again depend on how you value it. So value makes you interesting to that. That's how becoming familiarization with things. That's how turning it easy. Without effort, it's there. Same as like our anger. Without effort there. Desire, without effort there, right? For love and kindness, no. Compassion, no.
Because we've been training our desire and our anger to just
Yeah.
happen automatically
Yeah.
for lifetimes.
Yeah.
Or at least if this is just for this class, at least our entire life, even if you don't believe
How
in
does
Buddhist.
society endorse?
Yeah, like, so there, you're right, I mean, and but I guess what I've, from everything that I've been reading, it's like you can train not to see any problems. That there, a problem only exists if you think it's a problem, otherwise it's just a situation.
That's exactly. Yeah. So let me read up to the, this is part of ignorance and those three poisons talking here. Again, here's a drum. The Bromjay, that's the person name. Also, the evil outcast who commits a negative act. In this, if you do not understand, let me know. Then otherwise, I'm just reading it. Okay. In dispute, maybe someone can help me to read it.
Sure. Rumjay, although the evil outcast who commits negative acts indisputably lets others down, the worldly nonetheless rely on evil kings and powerful chiefs. Keep going.
Yeah, please keep going. Yeah.
Though one may rely on 100 good people, one's life can be robbed by a single evil person. One's wealth may double, but it can be betrayed by a single instance of envy or deceit. The betrayed, the worldly, fail to recognize this.
Okay, are you clear with it? Okay, now then please next read.
Again, out of hatred and confusion, and through desire for revenge, they instead become tormented and seek another evil chief. Since he is just the same as the others, one invokes abundant suffering despite desiring happiness. It is better to gain freedom from desire's mire. Do not procrastinate, but hoist your robes high. Forsake desire and free of attachment, be happy.
So host to your robe high means you do practice better. Okay. And then forsake desire, free from attachment, be happy. Okay. So and then the next, I think we're going to talk about the more explanation of our actions, which is leading by those ignorance and other mental afflictions. Then now we can learn more the how actions change things, right? What actions comes after that. So the regarding Buddhism, it's karma. But as I use as like a secular, it's a daily actions, right? Yeah. Okay. So any question and discussion or clarification that you needed?
I understand that. I think growing up, I've become aware that one of the things that happens is I get an attitudinal problem, which is I get an attitude that I'm tired of like having to constantly be on myself. I get tired of it. Why do I have to be the person who upholds the right way? Why can't they do it? And
Yeah.
I get tired sometimes.
Yeah, that's happening. Yeah. It's good, better than laziness. Laziness never move. I still say why I didn't do that. The tie is better because you are out of like a ability to do that, right? So, but like even with tired, you want to do that. Our attitude should be keeps more calm and nice actions, concerning that not cause them have anger, or concerning that not cause them have suffering. But even I cannot do that. We try our best, right? This is how we can benefit to other. Okay. So any question online?
No, but thank you very much, Geshe.
Okay. So So you don't have any question, right? So I can, it's not the summary of that's what we talked today, but what I can say is two things you analyze when you go back. One thing I say, our thoughts and motivations 100% associated with the ignorance, which two type of ignorance. And another way, we know so many solutions, but still not changing life. Why? Right? Those two to think, right? Sometimes if people are happening, it's a lot of happening with me. People comes, oh, I have this problem, what I should do. And I try to say something, oh, that's what I know. That's what I know, right? What else? And then additional something saying it. And next time they comes, and then my advice shouldn't be different than what I learned, right? And then what my own experience. So I might be repeated. Then I say, okay, they will repeat to me every single things. They knows actually. Right? When I begin to say something, yeah, this is that, this is that, this is that, this is that. Everything repeatedly, correctly repeated. Right? That means they are clear. And what else? They will say, what else? What else? What else? What else? So instead of what else, apply first things. Then what else comes later? Never try, and then what else? Not help you. You will learn more, definitely, but it not turn into the solution to solve the problem. Right? Okay. Sometimes say directly is good, good, good. It's clear. Right? Okay. So then if you do not have any question and any further discussion, you not necessarily that question should be connected with the today's topic. General, anything's okay.
One thing that I used to struggle with is that like I studied Christianity before I came here. And one of the things that they kind of endorse in Christianity is called righteous vengeance, which is exactly the opposite of what you're saying. So it's like, it's kind of crazy, but a lot of times in Christianity, the whole thing is like, if you're protecting yourself, then it's okay that I use all of these emotional weapons, as it were, as I'll describe it. And then it's almost like you're, I think in kind of a weird way, by accident, they almost like give you the capacity to tell yourself it's okay to do it, because then they're like, oh, well, then you can go confess after you've done all these naughty things. And if you've done all these naughty things and you've gone to confession, then it goes away.
I see.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like
And
saying.
you just leave it at that. And like, you don't have to take any ownership to it. You know what I mean? And I think that was something like I had to reprogram out of myself.
I see.
That there sometimes in society, people actually endorse anger and support it. And I think that makes it harder when you're trying to do your daily practice. Does that make sense?
I understand. I can additionally say that our empathy is too much worry to others, but we are not able to do anything while you worry. First, you fix yourself. You stand on your leg. You come out the mud. Then pull someone from mud. If you are sitting on the mud, how you can pull out of them from pool mud? Impossible. So therefore, our empathy, our worry makes that kind of that I want to do it, but rethink it. I'm able to do it now, right? Never do anything beyond your ability or your capacity. It's not help to self, not help to others. And instead of helping self brings you more suffering. That's ignorance. If you're still doing it silly, yeah, I have to use strong word.
That's like the topic today, that's how they spread throughout the world.
Yeah,
Because they
yeah,
think they're helping.
yeah,
Now they got two.
yeah, that's
those
true.
two
And then
help somebody go
all
on
comes things,
and
yeah,
score.
yeah, this is how it comes.
Well, if
So,
if they're flailing, sometimes you have to knock them out to save them. You know what I'm saying?
So therefore-
I can explain that to you as a lifeguard. Sometimes you have to actually knock them out to save them. Because they'll flail and they'll bring you down with them.
so therefore, when you see other are suffering, fix yourself first.
Yeah.
Fix yourself first. If you worry to other, fix yourself first, right? If you want to help to other, fix yourself first. This is the first state. Without doing it, nothing helps to benefit to yourself and others. Yeah, but emotion will drive us to do that, but it will not show us our ability, our capacity. But we should know that how much I have a ability and capacity, right? Based on that, change yourself. Whatever emotion sees other, help, anything, change yourself is first. Taking care of yourself is first. Taking care of yourself is benefit to others. Yeah. Now, I'm not talking the self-centeredly, right? Taking care of yours because you sees need help. Therefore, you're taking care of yourself. That connected to the sees help. So that not really turn into the self-centeredness. But they're always taking care of myself, taking care of myself, taking care of myself. That's a self-centeredness. That's not good. But this taking care of self is the first priority. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
So if friends or family are sort of curious about Buddhism, what would be advisable to point them to? Where should they start?
To family
Yeah, or friends.
who are not Buddhist.
Not Buddhist, but interested.
Oh, I see. So sharing your life, how you change it and what things help you. This is just doing more practical. So how you are change it, what things benefit to you, that you can share it. So, and then sometimes they may be agree, sometimes not agree. If they do not agree, we shouldn't have anger because of not agreeing to me. That's give them right. Right, they're right. So, and then if they're not agree, if you further discussion, you can do discussion. If no need to discussion, leave it there. This is better to do that. Yeah. So, and then you can change the other topic, the other solution, what you like it, right? Some kind of thing. So say someone, they don't want to listen in karma. Then no repeat it on karma. Instead of karma, say something else. What is help to you? That might be help, right? So this is how we can benefit to other. And then as we usually say, as I always think my Rinpoche is, he's most of the time teaching me through by his action instead of verbal, right? Therefore, we can do same to children, friends, family. Your action is the best. Your patience is the best. Then they cease, they feel it, then they follow, then they ask more question to you. How come you're so calm? This is the time, then you can explain it. Until then, maybe not time. Yeah.
By example.
By example, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Can you say a little more about the taking care of yourself first?
Mhm.
You said if you do it too much, it's self-centered, but you need to start there. So how do you determine kind of where the right kind of balance is?
That I mean is look at your capacity and ability. If you do not have it, don't do it. That's what I'm saying. This is part of the taking care of self. So, and instead of you taking action directly helping them, make it ability. Your ability and capacity, build it up. That you see that I'm helpless right now, right? I'm helpless. I can do it. So in the future, definitely I should help them. Now what I'm missing, that kind of missing. My mind is not that much strong. My emotion is not that strong. I do not have a wisdom to do that. I do not know the solutions. Those kind of things out of our capacity and the ability. So if you feel that I'm out of having wisdom of knowing solution, then we learning more, that's part. And if you think it's my emotion, then you control your emotion instead of helping them. That's kind of things. Make sense? That's you how you asking?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Start with yourself and when you
Yeah.
have the capability then
Yeah.
kind of extend others or help others.
Yeah. In generally, actually we are taking care of ourselves. There's no question. But taking care of ourselves for benefit of other, that's change it. So try to benefit other, something that lack of benefiting or you can benefit it, then you build it up here. That building up, taking care of yourself now means you are controlling your emotion, you are changing, you are more meditating or so on, is you are increasing your ability and capacity to getting better help. This how I say it, yeah. So otherwise we do have to take care of ourselves. Yeah. Too much usually, right? Yeah. Okay. Is this clear? Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, that's it then. Have a wonderful time. Okay. Yes.
Thank you again.
Okay. Have a good time.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.